You know that feeling when it seems like the universe is trying to send you a message? Well, that is exactly what we're diving into today. This is the story of Thabo Malala, a man whose life completely transformed, and it just so happened to perfectly mirror a really rare celestial event.
And this quote, it's from his grandmother, and honestly, it's the key to this whole story. The universe speaks in patterns. Learn to listen. That's really what this is all about. It's a journey of, learning to see those patterns, to understand a language that's not about words, but about feelings and timing and, well, alignment.
Okay, so let's set this scene. It's December, and Thabo, he is completely stuck. I mean, we've all been there, right? It's not just a bad mood, it's this deep feeling that you're just not going anywhere, like all your potential is just sitting on a shelf collecting dust. But here's the thing, while he's feeling all this, something way up in the cosmos is starting to shift, getting ready to change everything for him. And this is what was happening. This incredible triangle of stars. It was this super rare alignment of three really important planets. First up, you've got Jupiter. That's the big one, all about expansion and good fortune. Then there's Neptune, bringing in vision and that gut feeling, intuition. And rounding it out is Mercury, which is all about communication and getting clear. You put those three together, wow, that's a serious catalyst for change. So you can really see the before and after here. On one side, that's Thabo's life before. Stagnant job applications, creative ideas just sitting there. Basically, a life full of half-finished dreams. But then look at the other side, the awakening. It wasn't some huge dramatic explosion. It was this quiet, internal click, a sudden sense of clarity. That's the real magic here. It was a shift in how we saw everything. All of a sudden, possibility was everywhere. All right, so that quiet little shift inside him, it didn't stay quiet for long. It started to ripple out into the real world. That new feeling of possibilities started turning into actual real-life opportunities. And just look how fast things started happening. This is all in January of 2026. It's not just one lucky break. It was like a domino effect. Boom, a call from an old colleague. Then, bam, an unexpected invite to work on a project. Then, a chance meeting in a coffee shop that leads to something more. Each one of these was a door swinging open where before there was just a solid brick wall. You can feel the momentum building, can't you? Now, his friend Naledi had a really interesting take on all this. She says synchronicity, or maybe you're just finally paying attention. And that's a great point, isn't it? Was it some kind of cosmic magic lining everything up for him? Or was it that he was just awake now, clear enough to actually see the opportunities that might have been there all along? It's a fascinating question. And hey, just so we're all clear on what synchronicity even means, it's not just a random coincidence, like bumping into someone you know. It's when those coincidences feel meaningful, like they're deeply connected to what's going on inside you. They seem to have a purpose. These are the very patterns his grandmother was talking about. Looking back, this wasn't totally new for Thabo. He realized he'd had these moments of Jupiter-fueled expansion before, like back in 2019 when a scholarship just fell into his lap, or in 2022 when he had that huge creative breakthrough, even a life-changing relationship in 2023. It's like the universe had been sending him these signals all along, but this time the volume was turned all the way up. The message was impossible to ignore. So, yeah, all these amazing things were happening on the outside, doors opening left and right, but the really big story, the most important transformation, was happening inside Thabo himself. And it wasn't like he was becoming some brand new person. It was more like he was becoming more himself. He was just shedding all the layers that weren't really him to begin with. And it's a real change when other people start to notice, right? His own sister said to him, "You're different, Thabo," later somehow. I love that. It wasn't something he had to announce. It was just there. People could feel it. He was just radiating this new energy. This next part describes it so perfectly. It says his emotions, which used to be all over the place, now moved through him like music. How beautiful is that? They were present, authentic, and he wasn't afraid of them. He just had this new, natural charisma and a realness about him that you just couldn't fake. Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting. Thabo goes from just being the guy these things are happening to someone who's actively understanding the process. He's starting to learn the language. He's realizing, wait a minute, life is actually trying to talk to me. And he started seeing these little winks from the universe everywhere. You know the kind of stuff I mean. Seeing repeating numbers over and over. A stranger being incredibly kind for no reason. Obstacles that looks huge just dissolving. To him, these weren't random anymore.
They were little confirmations, little signs saying, yep, you're going the right way. Keep going. And this led to probably the biggest shift of all. He realized he was no longer chasing success. That frantic, desperate energy was gone. Instead, he was just moving with it. It was like he'd stopped trying to swim upstream and finally turned around to just float with the current, letting it take him exactly where he needed to go. Now, Fabo understood that this feeling, this flow, was precious, and he didn't want to just let it fade away. He decided he needed to be an active participant in this, not just letting things happen, but consciously building on this amazing energy. So what did he do? He created this really simple but powerful personal ritual. We're not talking about some big, complicated ceremony. It was just about creating a quiet moment for himself, lighting a candle, opening a journal, and writing down his intentions. And he would do it anytime he felt that old doubt trying to creep back in. So simple, but so effective. And these are the words he would write, his little mantra. I welcome what wants to come. I release what no longer serves. I align with the flow of my highest good. Just think about the power in those sentences. He's not begging the universe for stuff. He's making a declaration. He's actively welcoming, releasing, and aligning. It's about setting his own inner compass. And really, this is the whole point of his story. Sure, that planetary alignment was just a temporary thing. The triangle of stars wasn't going to last forever. But what he built during that time, that internal shift, that new awareness, that simple ritual, that was permanent. He had built a foundation that he could stand on for the rest of his life, long after the planets had moved on.
So that kind of leaves us with a big question for ourselves, doesn't it? We all have those moments, those times when everything just seems to click and make sense, when we're in the zone, in the flow. The real question is, what are we doing with them? When you get one of those moments of alignment, what foundations are you building?